City-born Clement Clark Moore, was born in 1779 and passed in 1863. He was a biblical scholar and a professor of Asian and Greek literature, an author and a man who could converse in almost any language. But he is remembered as the person who first named Santa's reindeer. While much of his scholarly work is forgotten, a poem which he had written as a gift for his children has endured as one of the most beloved pieces of Christmas literature. What was originally entitled A Visit from St. Nicholas first gained public exposure in 1823 when a member of Moore's family submitted it to the newspaper published as an anonymous work. The poem eventually became "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" after its opening line. Its popularity and charm entitled the paper's tradition to reprinting the work each holiday season. By combining elements of the Dutch St. Nicholas Day holiday with American Yuletide traditions, Moore's image of Santa Claus created the foundation for the modern American version of Santa Claus. Moore's work was influenced by Washington Irving, who helped popularize St. Nicholas in the U.S. In his A History of New York, published on St. Nicholas Day in 1809. In "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," Santa became round and jolly gift giver. With twinkling eyes and rosy cheeks, the images are now deeply embedded in Christmas mythology and forever entwined in children's imaginations. "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" endures through the family who read and make the part of their individual holiday tradition. The poem has been a seasonal favorite, enchanting children of all ages for almost 180 years. "'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, with visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and me in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there rose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. On the moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to the objects below. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner, on Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricanes fly, when they met with an obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of his pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump and right jelly, old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I've had this book for many years. It was given to me as a gift.